5 most deadliest things in the ocean.
Because you say there's a lot of things out there.
There is. I've got to be careful what I say, really, because things people shouldn't know about just yet. But at the moment, I'd say the box jellyfish.
So is that number 5?
That would be number 5. Yeah, the box jellyfish. And worse than that is its cousin, the irukandji, which is like the size of his little fingernail. It's even more deadly, and that's because you can't see it. It's microscopic compared to a normal sized one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the box jellyfish definitely lethal.
And so what's lethal about them then?
It's the poison, the neuropoison that they pump into you.
Right.
You've got about 14 minutes with a box jellyfish. With the irukandji, you've probably got 4.
So you ain't getting away with just pissing on your leg?
No, well, to an extent, it works, but vinegar is better. Brown vinegar works much better than your piss, but not with a box jellyfish. Never pour vinegar or pee on a box jellyfish victim, because all you're going to do is make the box jellyfish shoot another load of venom, and it shoots hundreds of thousands of stingers into you so faster than a bullet. This is, I can't tell you what the exact speed is, but I know it's faster than a bullet. And it's got the fastest injection mechanism in the animal kingdom that we know about. It's absolutely lethal, and it doesn't just put one sting in, it puts hundreds of thousands of stings.
Yeah.
So as soon as you put some acidic material like vinegar onto the stinging nettle that's still stuck to your skin, it's just going to fire again.
Right.
Fire again and kill you even quicker.
Right. Yeah.
There have been people survived from the box jellyfish. No one has survived a sting from an irukandji, which is a box jellyfish family. It's just minute.
So are they quite common, or is it?
Yeah, in warmer waters.
Such as?
Anywhere in the tropics.
Right.
Basically. But the irukandji is different. That's been found in the North Atlantic oceans.
Right.
Well, you get told that no, it can't be, but it's actually been found in colder waters. These things can adapt.
Right.
They're alien to our world.
To do with the jet stream, Gulf Stream?
No, it's just to do with the fact that it doesn't matter what the temperature of the water is to the irukandji. But to the box jellyfish, it does matter. Right. Temperature does matter. It does regulate. They're the same species. They've just got various different mechanisms.
Okay.
So one can be in colder waters, and you'll never see it come. You'll just feel a sting, like a bee sting. That's what you'll feel. And within 14 seconds, your heart will start palpitating, and you'll drown and die asphyxia before you even get to the shore. Because these things are the size of your little fingernail, and they're crystal clear. So in the water, they're invisible.
Be a horrible way to go, that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You basically drown before you got to shore. Box jellyfish, you feel intense pain, burning sensation to the point where you just want to rip your own brains out.
Yeah.
People have been known to cut their own arms. One guy in Australia shot himself through the hand to give himself a different pain to the one that he's feeling from the sting. Number 4, I'd have to say, is the ocean itself.
Right.
The ocean's killed more people than any wildlife.
True that.
It's fact. So that's number 4, the ocean. Number 3 has got to be the blue shark.
Right.
It's a nomadic 17 to 18 footer.
Yeah.
That will eat absolutely anything. And I think, statistically speaking, it's more responsible for eating human bodies in the ocean than the great white.
Even other sharks.
This thing has eaten more people because it's nomadic and it can go in any kind of waters. The blue shark, if you're just fall out your ship at sea, that's what's going to come and get you. Not a great white.
No.
They like to stay coastal because that's where the food is. They only cross oceans when they have to. You know, the great white will stay within 5 to 10 miles of the coast.
These ones will travel.
These things travel right into the middle of the ocean because they will eat anything that comes their way. And they're generally followed by a load of follower fish, cleaner fish. So they get shoals of cleaner fish following them. And sometimes they nibble on them.
Yeah, it's quite amazing.
And they can cross any distance.
Yeah.
And there's more of them than you'd think. So the blue shark is lethal.
Yeah, that's number 3.
That's number 3. Number 2, Freudian slip, would have to be, it's a toss-up really, but I would have to say the squid. The Humboldt squid in particular.
Right.
Because they hunted packs of thousands and thousands of man-sized squid.
Right, aye.
That can drag you down to the depths.
Seen big shoals of squid.
Bite chunks out of you, paralyse you, and they'll feed you frenzy on you.
Something quite eerie about a shoal.
They literally disappear people every year. Fishermen are pulled out of the boats because these things will come up onto the boat, grab you, and just pull you under. And then 5 or 6 of them will pull you down thousands and thousands of feet in matters of seconds.
Crazy.
So you literally implode under the pressure before they have a feeding frenzy on you.
Yeah. And
this happens all the time. That's why people wonder why feet are turning up on beaches.
Right.
Definitely squid related.
Right. Well, because they don't eat the feet.
Well, they're not going to bother with the rubber.
Oh, because what?
Because their beaks will taste the rubber and just go, right, not edible. So they're biting the feet off at the ankle bone where it hits the shoe.
Yeah.
Because of this, and you can tell this because when feet are found in boots, it's cut off where the top of the boot ends. If they're in trainers, it's cut off where the trainer ends. Squid are doing this.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
That'd be a horrible way
people aren't supposed to know that it's squid. 1 or 2 things that didn't make it to the list. Now, the giant squid is talked about. And we talked about squid, you know, the Humboldt squid. But you've got the colossal squid.
Right.
Which nobody thought could exist until some fishermen brought one up in a net and it's still alive. This is absolutely gigantic. It's not as long as the longest squid, which is like, you know, the giant squid.
Yeah.
That's much longer. This one's much shorter, but it's got a fatter body, bigger girth.
Right.
It's ginormous when it's in the water.
The name.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is where the myths of the Kraken come, because these things have been found trying to climb up yachts.
Right.
And they're tipping yachts over. That's how big they are. These things have been recorded and documented, but they've been kept out of the public, obviously.
Yeah.
Terrify people. So that's where the myths of the Kraken come, because of these colossal squid, which are coming up more and more now because people know what they're looking for, and the fishermen are finding them.
Right, in the right position.
Yeah.
Deepest ocean.
And the ROVs are being sent down as we speak, you know, trying to capture them. And some have been captured. There was one captured. And I think the people who caught it went on one of the TED Talks. And this was a gigantic squid, so they thought. But when it's looked at by me and some people I know, it's not a squid.
Right.
It's an octopus. It's gigantic. Bigger than anything that's been recorded so far. You know, the arms on it alone are as thick as telegraph poles.
Right.
You know, 30 feet long. I mean, this thing just comes at the camera. You can see it on, you could probably find it on YouTube, this gigantic thing that was filmed. But it's not squid.
Right.
It's octopus. And I think it's something like 65 feet long or something when they measure it.
Crazy.
Yeah, don't quote me on that, but it's big.
Yeah.
And you can see it on the video, but that can be seen. So that's down there. And, you know, that would go at the top of my list if we had more information about it. But at the minute, we've just got actual footage from an oceanographic team that videoed it. So you can imagine the monsters that are literally undiscovered. You know, they tell you we've looked at 10% of the ocean. We haven't. It's probably more like 2% of the ocean.
Right.
And as opposed to what's in there, we know nothing. the amount of creatures we know already is just the tip of the iceberg.
Mhm.
Because it's so deep. It's 4 mile deep.
Yeah.
And it goes down to 7, maybe 8 mile in
Right.
the Mariana Trench, and they're finding colossal squid down there.
Yeah.
You know, at 7 miles. So, and there could be places deeper than that.
Yeah.
The other thing would be the coral snake,
Right.
which is lethal, and there's only one creature that can mimic a coral snake, and that's an octopus.
Right.
That's how it uses its defense. It mimics a coral snake, the black and white striped coral snake. Because they will literally, if you're in the water, they'll literally taste the water and they'll come to you and bite you.
Right.
Because they don't care how big you are. Their toxin can knock down a whale if it wanted
So are they big, small?
Well, they're maybe 13 feet long.
These snakes?
Yeah, and they just swim in the water all the time. The tail's adapted itself to mimic a fin at the back. How weird these things are. They literally live in the coral reefs. All around the Bahamas and places like that. So I'd say that's the most terrifying thing I left out. I didn't go into the category because the deaths by minimal. People know to stare at the waters where these. There you are. Yeah. And number one, the most lethal pound for pound creature on this in the oceans on this world is the octopus, and it's a member of the giant octopus family. Because they tell you that the giant octopus is, gets to 12 feet long. This is nonsense. It's a lie. Because they really don't want people to know the size of these things.
No.
There have been some videoed at 50 feet. So when the octopus spans out onto a rock, the span is 25 feet from its mantle out either side. So it's got a circumference.
So it's not just the body that's there.
No, this is a 50 foot, 25 foot long octopus. Gigantic. It would make just a snack out of a normal sized human.
Yeah.
Instantly paralyse you and take you away. Munch on you later.
It's a scary thing about them, isn't it?
These things are taking people, especially in the blue holes in Bermuda. That's what's taking people in the blue holes.
Right.
It's a gigantic octopus. It's not a squid, it's an octopus.
And so they just grab you, go, same as a squid kind of thing.
There's no size limit on these things.
So because
if they haven't got a sexual organ, some people are born without it, where they just don't bother having sex, these things grow and grow and grow. They're gigantic sizes. Gigantic.
So what sets a squid apart from an octopus? As in...
Squid need the depth to keep themselves safe.
Right.
From whales. They do have predators.
Right, whereas octopuses don't.
The octopus doesn't have predators per se. Things will try and eat an octopus.
Yeah.
But it's very rare this happens because the octopus can literally become invisible.
Right.
To the naked eye, to any creature in the ocean. It can mimic, depending on the octopus. I mean, they do get eaten. But giant octopus are not being eaten. There's no evidence of any of them being eaten.
They're top of the food chain.
They're literally top of the food chain, and they're literally, in my opinion, alien. All the cephalopods are alien to our world.
They do seem it like.
Yeah. I think they've been introduced. This isn't, and for our ecosystem, this isn't. And biologists will tell you this. It's not supposed to be here. Right. That's the truth of it.
Yeah.
Cephalopods are not supposed to be here, but there
is something alien about it.
They talk people into believing that yes, they were here, from the beginning. But this is another lie. It's just to make their model of evolution work.
Yeah.
So, and everybody goes with it. But it's not the truth.
Usually.
The truth is the octopus and all the cephalopod family are literally alien.
Yeah. Pound for pound there. That's
to our world. Yeah. They're the only one creature that is. And they are lethal, pound to pound. They are lethal, and they can kill you. I mean, the blue ring octopus, it's smaller than the palm of your hand.
Right, and that's still kill you.
That's lethal. Its poison's literally deadly. It's tetrodotoxin or something, and colloidal toxin. It's the mixture of the two. Paralyzes you.
Right. Okay.
Instantly.
Another horrible way to go.
Yeah, by diluting the salting system. It's a lethal creature. And people are playing with these things on the beaches. I see people let them crawl over their hands. I'm just thinking, one bite from that, you're ended. There's no antidote.
Yeah.
You're dead, and you're playing with it like it's a toy.
Yeah,
you're off your box.
Yeah.
Because these things are super intelligent. They're not a threat.
Yeah.
They're not a threat. There've been studies where they've been in tanks being studied, and people who are coming in the tanks, they react differently on how much they like the person who's dealing with the tank.
Right.
And they settle down, the colours, the chromatophores in the body change.
Yeah.
If they feel calm to if they feel, it's amazing, really. They're amazing. But they're literally alien. Literally. They're the most intelligent thing in the ocean as well, by the way. Is the octopus.
Right, not dolphins.
Nope, not dolphins, the octopus.